boxing. Yeah, don't critique me, baby. You know I'm still getting warmed up. But should we see another Errol Spence? Sorry if I'm messing up your name, brother. And Terrence Crawford fight. Now, Terrence Crawford, you know, he'll show me he talking a little spicy. Now, this not his claim to fame, but this was kind of like totally validated him because some people criticize some of the people he fought. But one thing, he never ducked no smoke. He fought who was in front of him. And he actually wanted that Errol Spence fight. But Errol Spence had to drop a lot of weight, not making no excuses. But you're going to see it on his face when we show the highlights of the fight. But just check out how Terrence Crawford was talking on the podcast with two UFC fighters.
I can retire right now and be in the Hall of Fame. He couldn't. You know, like everything that I've accomplished.
But he your claim to the Hall of Fame. Not saying that. Well, I don't know. We're going to look at his fight list. But let's let the man talk.
He's still trying to accomplish. You know,
do you not think Spence will be in the Hall of Fame
right now? No, how?
Yeah, he's right, dude. He's right.
How?
And mind you, Spence was the champ before he fought him. They were unifying belts and stuff. But not only that, Spence went down in weight, and Spence was undefeated also when they went into that fight. But he had to drop weight, making no excuses.
You know, he fought in one division. You know,
never unified the belts.
He unified.
He did unify.
You know,
IBF.
He unified.
Nah, he's nice as hell, but
now this is Spence responding. He keeping it humble. I'm used to Terrence kind of being a little humble, but I guess the beast that came out now that he didn't won his championship and show who was who. But they both, one's undefeated and one got one loss, so it's still a hell of a fight.
I'm in front of my career. The money right. I'll fight anybody. So.
Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford went.
Okay, so I don't want to get demonetized, so we're going to let them talk. They talk. You can check that video out. But we're going to look at a little short highlight.
Now we get to see whose Errol this is. Will it be Errol?
So it's like a 2-year age gap.
Spence Jr.'s era, or will it be Terrence Bud Crawford? That favors.
Now, I want you to look at this. Doesn't Spence look like he lost weight right there? Like he looked tired already before the fight. He looked tired before the fight.
Get to see whose Errol this is. Will it be Errol Spence Jr.'s era, or will it be Terrence Bud Crawford? That favors Spence. Back comes Crawford with the jab. Down goes Spence. How quickly that changes.
What I'm trying to go to the body.
And now Spence trying to whack Crawford. Going to the body. Here we go. It's what we thought. They are going to start to go toe-to-toe. There's a big left by Crawford. Backing up Spence. And digging to the body. Spence.
Part of the problem with Spence, when you know you kind of in trouble, stop attacking. Back up a little bit. Use your jab and get space. Don't run into a burning house, baby. Back up. Back up. Get him up off you. Back up.
Is hurt. Spence is hurt. So Floyd might be able to tell us he's stumbling and he hasn't been hit. And that's up after this fight because he's
get away from him. No play. Like if you can't get the knockout right away, play your time. You know that's 7 round. But
from a litany of angles, and here comes Spence though as Crawford, and down goes Spence for the second.
I feel like Crawford might win again, but Spence. He was tired, and then I don't know if it was arrogance. I don't know if he just underprepared, but he was brawling. He wasn't boxing. That's not boxing. You was doing the Deontay Wilder with the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury. When you had a disadvantage or a guy getting the best of you, stop trying to get a knockout and box, baby. Get up and back up. Back up.
Second time in the fight, and Spence is hurt. The 7th.
Okay, now
big shot! Down goes Spence for the 3rd time in the fight at the end of the 7th. Crawford is just a special fighter. All right, hook upstairs, and Crawford has Spence hurt again. All right, hook that wobbles him. Spence might be going down again, and this one is over. He is.
This is what a lot of people complain about, but he was gonna drop him. But that's the softness of sports now. In the 90s. Tyson fights. I don't know who was fighting in the lower rates. I think Sugar Ray was already retired. You know, you got Robinson and Sugar Ray Leonard. But I think all those guys were already retired. But you had to hit the flow, baby. I even seen that with the Tyson Fury fight earlier. I was looking at that. Maybe I'll review that. Wait, you'll get a little wobbly on your legs. You hitting the the ring, hitting the ropes, and they'll call it a knockdown. If you don't hit the floor, get out the way, man. I was raised by a guy, you know what I mean? Taught me, if somebody get in the middle of your fight, you knock them out. You know what I mean? That's what I was taught. Don't blame me. Blame the father figures, you know what I mean? But I don't like that. I feel like the referees kind of like overstepping their bounds, and a lot of people were complaining about that. Let's look at the comment section. It says, Crawford is the boxing style that everybody likes. No running, no hugging. What a boxer. Who cares what people like? That's like football. Bombs, big hits, running to the outside. Sometimes you got to run up to middle, and then play action. You got to be smart. See, I don't like soft sports, soft football, soft boxing, but I do like smart football, smart boxing. When a guy is in front of you and he like a brick wall, you got to hit the body, jab, back up. Now, he did try to hit the body, but he was trying to hit the body, it seemed like, with them hooks and all that. You know what I mean? Uppercut. Sometimes, man, you got to use that distance, just bump and back up. Bump, back up. You know what I'm saying? Bump, back up. Even if you're not really doing nothing, you might catch him off guard to get him to drop his hands. He going to try to, cover his body. And that's when you come up and hit him in his face. You know what I mean? If you cannot get them head shots, even if you fake a body shot, bump, you know what I'm saying? Just make them think you're gonna hit the. Even if you might get hit down there. But I feel like, I'm not no boxer. I'm a fan of the sport. I don't want to act like I'm better than the professionals. And no, I'm just a man with an opinion. Y'all let me know if I'm right, if I'm wrong. Get in the comment section. Like, share, subscribe. Ty24 Sports. Do you want to see a second fight of this? And they also mentioned Tank, Trevante, Davis, I think. Yeah, Tank. And they were asking Terrence Crawford about that. I'm definitely riding with Terrence Crawford over Tank. Not that I have nothing against Tank, but I'm really pro Crawford. He was an underdog. He was a guy that they doubted. But they asked him if he can go down to his weight. He said absolutely not. But keep in mind, Errol Spence went down to your weight. Can they maybe get Terrence Crawford to gain a little weight? You're getting older anyway. The metabolism, I'm sure, is slowing down. But would that be a disadvantage? Take away from your speed? I don't know. Because this is a thing when you have people fighting. I know they probably would never do this. I'm not going to say an unlimited weight, but maybe like if people are one class up, one class down, maybe let people fight at their weight. I don't know if they can ever make that possible in boxing. A lot of people used to want to see the Roy Jones and Mike Tyson fight when Roy Jones was like a light heavyweight, you know what I mean, or middleweight, and it never happened. And then they fought that little exhibition, which Roy Jones was like he had to watch himself with Tyson to be careful because that's still Mike Tyson, and he could like lay some love taps too, but Roy Jones ain't want to really hit him and then get hit from Tyson for real, So that's interesting. I know it probably can never happen. But what if Errol Spence fought him at his regular weight and Tyson and Terrence Crawford either moved up or stayed at his regular weight that he is now? But you guys let me know what you think. Errol Spence, that was his first ever loss. The next fight he fought, he didn't lose. Matter of fact, let me see if I can pull that up and let you guys see it for yourself. Let's look up Errol Spence really quick. If you look him up, he was undefeated. He had 22 knockouts and 6 decisions going into that fight. So he's 28-0. Now he's I want to say 29. No, he's 28-1. So that was his last fight in 2023. And if you've seen him in the interview, he still kind of seemed kind of dazed. So I don't know if there's something going on because I prayed for the brother. I pray there's nothing going on because he's talking real slow and I don't know what's going on. But up until then, you've seen all these knockouts, TKO. Decisions, KO, decision, KO, TKO. So he was a big time, fighter before he ran into Terrence Crawford. And Terrence Crawford, as of now, is still undefeated. So Errol Spence is 28-1. Terrence Crawford is 30. No, he's 41-0. But recently he's only been fighting one fight a year, which is another thing. I don't know. But that's how boxing is sometimes. But you guys let me know what you think. Like, share, and subscribe. Please donate to the channel. $TY Rebel 22 is down at the bottom. Also follow me on TikTok, Twitter/X, and Instagram at TY24 Sports. TY24 Sports. Like, share, and subscribe. TY24 Sports. Let's get it.